going to go straight from a Final Fantasy 3 one to Final Fantasy 4. So this was a obviously bit bigger of a game. It's everything from Final Fantasy 3 just jumped up slightly. You had 5 people in the roster this time. Made things a bit more crazy. There's a lot more characters as well that you end up able to use or not use. Obviously the jobs still rock solid, and people you just like instantly know what they're going to be. As soon as you pick them up, you're like, this person's going to be this, and they just stay as that. There is some obviously turd people. I really didn't like the 2 twins. Instantly as soon as I got them, I was like, no, I don't want these people. Luckily they turned themselves to stone. Again, the whole premise is the 4 crystals. They're being destroyed, and they need to obviously be brought back and sorted out, and just like everything just made good again. Obviously the world is all like going chaos because of it, and you got the really good Cecil. Like Cecil's a fantastic protagonist, and you realise you're going against your own brother way later. You're part of this like other beings that are like living on the moon, who from somewhere else kind of thing. He realises his uncle and his father and everything like that weren't from Earth. They come down, and obviously his father like left him there to protect, like his father come to Earth to protect the Earth, and obviously had his son Cecil and whatnot, and his older brother, and it's just a much better story. There's a lot going on. You're all over the spot with it. The dungeons are good. The bosses are good. The gear looks cool. Kain, obviously, your Dragoon, which is like everyone's like favourite guy, and his voice is very good. Again, this is on Steam on PC, and it's just a nice little HD remake or whatever. Just like resolution's a bit sharper than what it was on the 3DS. Again, there's no super boss on this, just like the other one. Once you finish the end boss, that's kind of it. Except with this, you can replay the game on like a harder difficulty, and that unlocks 2 more bosses in the game, which is 2 super bosses. But I don't have time for that. I finished it. Normally you want to finish it and do everything in one go. You don't want to finish it and be like, right, it's unlocked these 2, blah blah blah. It's not Dark Souls. Dark Souls is different sort of thing. You just keep going through that to just fucking challenge how mental you are, sort of thing. But obviously Final Fantasy is just like, want to do it all in one big run, get everything sorted, and you don't want to just redo it just because 2 more bosses have appeared. But so again, I did everything in it. Got all these super weapons, killed every boss in the game. Just you got to do that, otherwise you're not really doing Final Fantasy unless you're smashing everything. Again, this took about 20 to 25 hours, roughly the same as the other one, depending on how much time you spend lingering around or how efficient you are. With all these, it's just it's trial and error. The jobs, find what suits you best. Again, the summons end up being better than your black magic. There's obviously there are some superior spells, but summons generally win overall because obviously they do mass attacks. So it's kind of like you feel like using the exact same party. You'll notice I've got like a knight, a white mage, a summoner, and a ninja. That's the same 4 as I had in Final Fantasy 3, and they're good, so you use them again in Final Fantasy 4. It's again this. I don't think I had a bigger challenge on this as I did on 3. That final dungeon in 3, the Crystal Temple thing, was a ball ache. This is a lot better for your saving and sorting your guys out. I think they got a lot of complaints from not being able to save in dungeons, and now there is save points in dungeons, and they're very welcome. You got cottages and that, so you can tents and whatnot, so you can full heal at the save point and then save and then carry on. No need to worry. Also with this, I think if you die, I know it happens in 5, but if you die, you kind of go just before that boss fight or just before that fight, not to where you last saved it, because it was just fucking horrendous. I know that happens in 5, I just can't remember happening in 4. I should have done the review straight after I finished the game. Again, this is, I say 3 was good, but this is a much better story. You go down under the world, find the dwarves and all their war they're having, and you do all their good dungeons in there. Find these secret summons, the Leviathan and Bahamut. That's same in 3. Those are your 2 special ones, and Odin as well. Fantastic. Those 3 special summons are ones you've got to hunt down normally, and obviously fight him, and then you gain that summon itself, and they're usually like super good. But yeah, I enjoyed this one very much so. But there was no big challenge. Like the end boss was pretty good. I can't even remember what the end boss was now, but I know it was pretty decent. Who was it? I'm fucking terrible now. Oh yeah, that's why I couldn't remember who the boss is. Can't even pronounce his name. It's very forgetful. Zeromus, just a big splodge of evil kind of thing. So yeah, that is a very forgettable antagonist. To be fair, like the final thing, at least Cloud of Darkness, you can remember that. This thing called Zeromus or whatever. So I don't. Yeah, not the best antagonist. They got the 4 fiends in it though, which is pretty cool. There's a fire guy who's like super respectful. You got a certain tactic with him and that. But yeah, I rate this about the same as 3, 6.5 area. Yeah, it's good. A good smash through. Enjoyable play. Good dungeons. Good variety of bosses. And jobs are interesting, and replayability is always rock solid with these, just because you can just come back into it with a whole different team. Obviously, there's a lot more characters using this one as well, which I wouldn't recommend because they're not as good as obviously the team I'm using. But yeah, that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next one.